Good night.
Muta Baruka.
Ah, blessed man. I hope I never wake you up out of your sleep and slumber, you know. It's 11 o'clock at the night, no. You're a man who forget your beauty sleep.
The original night, Dr. Boss.
Yes, from them time there. Yes, long time. All right. So, we really want to discuss this Kwanzaa. A whole lot of people hear about Kwanzaa, but them don't really know what is Kwanzaa. Them know, say, well, it's a thing that come from America. And all time people are saying, because it come from America, it's an American thing. Just like Black History Month, people say it's an American thing, so them no need for really get involved with it. So, we want you just explain to the ones, them, the people, them especially, why is it important that we as a people, Black people especially, should are really involved in this celebration?
Well, many of us, as Afrocentric people, most of us were raised with all kind of Christian traditions, of which Christianity, and Christmas is a big one of them. And I guess you go through a period of, once you come to a certain consciousness, I'm sure by now most Black people know that everything to do with Christmas, not one thing have to do with Black people. The St. Nicholas, the gift giving, the mistletoe, the virgin birth, the born in the manger, in the snow, it's all part of European mythology. And people try all kind of ways to kind of work around it and rationalize it and so on. But then you go through a period of just do nothing at all, just nothing, just back away from it. But there's a saying, Muta, that nature abhors a vacuum. Nature don't like a vacuum. So it either will suck you in, or you have to create something to replace it. And Kwanzaa represents that. I call it, Africans in the Americas created a form of cultural judo. Judo, you use the person's strength and speed against them. So, for example, Christmas to New Year's for many people is a holiday. Christmas to New Year's, that week is a whole week of party and all kind of things. So there were a group of people under the leadership of a man named Maulana Karenga who decided came up with this idea in 1966 to use that week between Christmas and New Year's to create something that is our own. So it is not an African tradition. It's Africans in the Americas created a tradition based on African reality. And it's called Kwanzaa. Now, it's built on the principle called Nguzo Saba, the 7 principles of blackness. And it uses Swahili, Kiswahili, because that is a language which it spreads across. It's an East African language. It's a number of different nations in Africa.
It's the most widely used African language in Africa.
Well, besides English.
Well, English and African language.
No, I mean among African people, because so many.
No, what I'm saying is that it's the most widely used African language in Africa. Yeah.
So if we're talking about Pan-Africanism, then it draws on that, and so all the principles are stated in Kiswahili, and for me, it's the most. What I love about it is the perfect way to spend the last week of the year. Because the average even when I call themselves Christian or not, the kind of, from Christmas party to New Year's Eve party, some people is drunk for the whole week. But by using those 7 days, from the 26th of December to the 1st of January, to use it in a cultural, in a positive manner, for me, it's a form of reflection to spend the last week of the year. They talk about when the ends of the years meet, to sort of cleanse your life and purge your life and reflect on your achievements and plan for the new year. So, that is basically what I see it as. Each day, a different principle. And there are a number of symbols, that are used. The most important is the kinara, the candle holder. And you have 7 candles, and each day you light 1 candle, which deals with the different principles. The 20,
and the colors of the candle is green and red. Red, black, and green.
Red, black, and green.
Yeah, we have to remember that. Yeah.
The important things, and okay, the one black candle, you know, and you have the red and the green. And of course, the first candle, Umoja, unity. You know, on the first day, you light that candle, and you talk about the concept of unity in the nation, in the race, among the people, in the family. And there's a saying, you know, Habaragani. That's how you greet each other. Habaragani mean, what's the news? And the answer, you answer with the principle of the day, Umoja. In my household, what we do with our meal for the day, as a family, we talk about unity. Now, what did it affect? How did it affect you this year? What you plan to do for next year so that, you know, you can reflect more of that. Then each day you light a red candle one day, and the next day a green candle. And you alternate them red and green from the outside in, because the red you have to struggle before the green, before you gain something. You have to work before you get something. Day 2, 27, Kuchichagolia, self-determination. To define ourselves, to name ourselves, to speak for ourselves. Day 3, Ujima, collective works and responsibility. We need to build and maintain our communities together. Our brothers and sisters' problem should be our problem. The next day is Ujama, cooperative economics, to build and maintain our own business. So you see, these principles are principles to live by. The following day, Nia, purpose, to make our collective vacation the building and development of our community. So we restore our people to their original greatness. Next day, Kuumba, purpose, to make our collective vacation always as much as we can. You want to leave the place better than you come see it. And then the 1st of January, Imani, faith. Because you're starting the whole new year with faith. To believe with all our hearts, you know, our people, our teachers, our leaders, and the righteousness of our struggle.
All right. Now, wait. Before you go on, but all right. I want to listen to you then and say, well, all right, these names is for specific days. But it sounds like the family are going to sit down and talk about certain things the whole time. Want to the partying and where you eat and drink and be merry and everything. All that coming at that. Because it sounds like you're going to sit down and talk about unity one day, you're going to sit down and talk about togetherness, and next day you're going to sit down, rather than make we have some fun in this unity and in this, you know, Umoja and all these things. How the party coming at that?
How the party go?
Yeah.
All right. Well, two things. There's a whole, the traditional party is usually held really on the like a New Year's Day party. You know, Karamu, a feast. But in general traditions nowadays, both in Jamaica and the US, what we tend to do is to almost keep a party every day at each person's house or each, you know, community. But
like a round robin thing.
Like a round robin. But the kind of party, ideally, everybody carries something. You know, you carry something to share. The host may provide some basic things. But each person now, because it's not about no profiling and flossing and endorsing and so on. Everybody carries something, you know, and many times, I mean, because we're dealing with health, we try as much as possible to have, you know, meatless meals. Because there's so many things you can do that everybody eat. All the men who eat pork also eat vegetable and nuts and grain and so on and things. So you try to provide the most common element of healthy foods. So the idea is to keep a party every day, and each day you reflect on that principle, and you gather at a friend's house, and you celebrate yourself. You celebrate the achievements. Now, gift is not like in Christmas now where the gift business is secondary in Kwanzaa. Gifts are given mainly to children, and gifts are reward for promise kept. You promise a child something in the year, the child achieves, the child do well in school, you make sure you give them something. And ideally, one of the things should be a book.
Yeah.
and something of a cultural value, something where the child can help to resonate to. Probably now, like how we're going beyond book now, clearly you can talk about DVD and
iPad.
CD and iPad and anything that will help the child now to gain more knowledge.
Knowledge, yes.
But the party part of it now is you keep it as is not the kind of party where people you go and play music that denigrates black people and
yes.
It's music that allows you what you call it, party with a sense of purpose. Conscious party.
Conscious reggae party, conscious soul party, anything, yes.
Anything, but you join on the wide variety of black people music.
Music, yes.
The whole range of black people music.
All right. So, you say people go to people's house and them share food, like you carry fruits, vegetables, or whatsoever, you share the food and these things. All right. In the given days, what would the discussion sound like if a child is listening? Because, sometimes when big people talk, it can be very boring to a child. Or would you get a child, especially in Jamaica, to really be appreciative of a conscious reggae party that is Kwanzaa, where you have people now is discussing togetherness, or people discussing unity, or
one thing we do, for example, even when I used to operate a school, you're dealing with preschool children and primary school level children, that's easy. One thing we do for each day, you have the child do a drawing, have them illustrate their understanding of it. Where are we today with this? Because, the whole notion that fun, anything can be fun, It's the reason why you're doing it. You make it exciting, you make it interesting. Fun doesn't have to be irresponsible. So that each day you can have the children decorate the place, make things. Ideally, much of what you do in Kwanzaa is not commercial stuff. That's why it hasn't caught on big, because the merchants don't really make a big money off of it.
Yeah, definitely. It's not a capitalist.
No, not at all. I have never bought anything. Every year I make my own Kwanzaa card. I make a digital card. I make I post on my website.
Yes.
I convert my company's website to a Kwanzaa site, and I send links to people, with music and all kind of things.
Yes,
so it's about your own creativity. But for the children now, you have the children them make things. You use things like corn. Corn's a critical part because, corn celebrates life. From one grain of corn, you can feed a whole nation, because one grain can give a whole plant and so on. And then the main thing now, the decoration, using things that you have, and children give them cartridge paper and let them each day now illustrate what does unity mean to you. All right, at school, on the playing field, as a country, in your community, in the family, if we were united, what could I do? We have play a football match, and you're a team of united, man of 5 against one another and so on and things. Can you win the match same way? So you use those things now to illustrate, Yeah,
go reverse. Go forward. Some just run across the mind when you say the one can feeding.
The one grain.
All right, 1 grain of corn in the African Kwanzaa element can feed 5,000 people. I don't say 4 fish can feed 5,000 people, but I can see 1 grain of corn.
Exactly. So one of the things that you put as part of your decoration, you have a corn. You have corn.
Yes.
Because corn symbolizes fertility.
Corn on the cob.
Yeah. Oh no! Absolutely, corn on the cob.
Yeah.
Dried.
Yes.
Because that's the same corn. It's when you're done, you take it off and you shell it out and you plant it on the ground.
Yes.
Everybody can eat from that.
5,000 people can eat from it. Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
So it's the kind of stuff, and one that I have done, I have actually even taken the principles even further and create what I call a business model. As a businessman now, how would you use these same principles? So start with the first one, umoja, unity. That to me translates to teamwork.
Yes.
Because, right? So the whole thing about teamwork. If you have a business and people not working as a team, you're in trouble.
Yes.
You know, so we use that just to illustrate now it's important for anything, and team requires people with different talents and skills. You know, all of us can't play forward. You need defense, you need midfielder, you need, but you're all on the same team.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah.
So that's the kind of day two now. So that Kucha Chagalia, self-determination. From a business standpoint, you know, again, children is the same thing. You have to think for yourself. Can't nobody suck you into things and nobody tell you to do something and you know say it's wrong, you still go and do it. But from a business standpoint, I see that you as a business person now have to set your own agenda.
Yeah.
You have to create your own designs. You have to do something, not because nobody else never do it before.
It can do.
It can do. So now, go where nobody has been before, willing to take risks.
Yes.
So when I decided to create an organic farm because I want to feed myself and I want to do them something else.
Yes.
So that's the kind of stuff, because we see these principles as the minimal principles. If you were to live by these principles,
yes,
you know. Oh, by the way,
it should spread out. It should spread out. If you live by it, it spread out.
And that's why if you use the last week of the year to reflect on these principles, it actually shows you where you went wrong. You know, you can evaluate, and then now you plan for next year.
Yes.
And you're ready for next year now because you see your shortcomings and you look at all the things that you never do right.
And you have some people when they make it, and first of the year they make resolution. This could have been the resolution. Those 7 days you could have take as a resolution period.
Exactly.
For face the year to come.
Absolutely, because with each of these now you start to evaluate yourself. Say for example, you want to say purpose. You know, I mean, what was my purpose this last year? 2030, did I live according to my purpose?
Yes.
Did I start something and don't finish it and so on? All right, what's the purpose for 2013 now? What's the targets I'm going to set for it?
Yeah.
So, I mean, Muta, for me, I have been at least, I would say from about 1970.
Yes.
I have been, you know, involved in Kwanzaa. And shortly after I came back to Jamaica, I remember having one of the first Kwanzaa celebrations I had in Jamaica was up at Sister P house up by Norbrook, and you were there.
Yes.
And you remember that?
Yeah, man, we come from country and come up here, man. Yeah, man, remember, man.
Yeah, man, right up Norbrook right there, so. Yeah. And so that's what we have done every single year.
Yes.
And the thing that almost bothers me, you know, that every year we have to do exactly what we are doing here now. Yeah, we have to tell it from scratch.
Yeah, tell the people what it is.
From scratch. And every time we're in an institution, you know, that I figure that I have actually offered television stations to do a televised version of it, and, you know, each day have a principle around it, and for them now to use it now, literally. The same way you have all kind of Christmas thing, but for some reason, there's something about it that frightens them.
Can't sell it. Well, it's a black thing, it's an African thing, you know what I mean? African people create it, you know?
And also because it doesn't have a commercial appeal.
Yes.
You know, it doesn't have a commercial appeal, so a man can't make money off of it. Yeah. And even some people even bastard that about reggae Kwanzaa.
Yes.
You know, reggae Kwanzaa show. And the show have all kind of
and it don't have nothing to do with Kwanzaa itself.
Not at all. Yes. None of the artists you figure if you have a reggae Kwanzaa show, it should be all uplifting artists you know, not the same nasty music, the same but they call it because it's Kwanzaa period. So what people have
capitalize off of the name.
Absolutely.
Alright, where that said to people like Damian Crawford, who you feel same was black enough but definitely realize it, who would that say Kwanzaa is an American thing? Why we would want to celebrate Kwanzaa out there?
No, I wouldn't. I'd just get it better from him, you know, because I don't think he really understand the fact that we as an African people, we make no distinction between Africans born in Jamaica, born in America.
No, definitely not.
The same people come from, but so drop off a different place.
Yes.
So the same way that we now develop something called reggae.
Yes, and people have it and love it.
Yeah, I posted something on YouTube today. Some people in Sweden doing Nyabingi chant, Muta.
I was just talking about it.
Yeah, no night in Zion.
I was just talking. I was just saying, some 70-year-old man, set up and I chanted.
And I beat that being a drum.
I was just telling the people that I'm going to play it. When we finish talk, I'm going to find it and play it.
Yes. It's a men's choir from
Switzerland.
From Switzerland.
Yes.
Performing Naya Bingi chant.
Yes.
No, it shows the power of the culture, but look, you can't stop it. So the same way that we develop a part of it here, somebody develops another part of it elsewhere.
Yes.
And even look at how Marcus Garvey, born in Jamaica, the whole radicalization of African American, is him started.
But them see him as a black African American leader.
Well, Garvey was honored in America before Jamaica even honored him.
Of course.
And the continent of Africa, Julius Nyerere, and the whole liberation of Africa, the whole independence movement, all of that started out of the teachings of Marcus Garvey.
Of course.
So the one connection. So I have no time creating any barriers and say, boy, because it's Africans in America.
It's not relevant to we.
Until we can come up with something else. Because some people talk about, all right, so what has Jamaica done now? All right, we have a black Santa. No, but Santa is, you realize the word Santa is the word Satan.
Blackening it don't make the philosophy behind it change.
It don't change that at all. Why should we be giving credit to some unknown person?
Yes, of course.
When there's nothing, the nice thing about Kwanzaa, by the way, it's not a religion.
Yes.
So that if you want to be a Christian or a Jew or a Muslim or whatever, you can still celebrate Kwanzaa.
Yes.
Because Kwanzaa is about your African identity. It's an Afrocentric way. And I find, for me, Muta, is the perfect way to spend the last week of the year.
Yes.
Because each day is a cleansing. Sometimes I like to even during the daytime party, just fast and just fruits alone, because you want to start the new year stronger and cleaner and fresher than you end the whole year.
Yes.
Whereas so many other people, the tradition we have, some people, them drunk from Christmas Eve.
More accident happen during that time
than any other time of year.
People don't have no money to go send them to school the next year.
The nice thing about my household, Mota, is that my children have never ever received a Christmas card. I've never sent a Christmas card. They have never seen Christmas ornament in our house. They have never, and they have nothing to do with it.
Yeah, the same thing with my family too. I have never bought a Christmas nothing for my people there, but
and they don't feel. And part of the cultural judo about Kwanzaa is that with all the sales, it's after Christmas you have a sale.
Yes.
Right, so the prices now drop after Christmas because all the things now when it never sell. So it's the best time to buy things now when Christmas done.
Yeah, but that is why that in England, that's why they introduce Boxing Day.
The
Boxing Day
with all the leftovers and all of that.
Yeah, they put in a box and
give to the poor.
Yes.
So for me, from that standpoint alone, I have come under no pressure. Some people are some serious pressure this week. What them going to buy this one? What them going to buy that one, and so on?
May I tell you?
I have had none of those pressures.
And then the advertisement on the TV help you to warp up your mind,
No, I mean,
make it spend where you don't have.
That thing, you must take out mortgage from your house.
Yes.
To buy Christmas gift.
buy Christmas gift.
The man I buy my newspaper from Manor Park. A couple of years ago, the man give me an envelope about like this time of year, and it marked Merry Christmas. So I said, but boss, the envelope's empty. For me.
I give why you give something.
I said, hold up, Mr. Boss, you believe in Christmas? He said, yeah, man. But isn't Christmas about giving? All year I support you
and
as a customer. So you should be giving me something now as an appreciation. Why not so it really go? The same thing now, the garbage man who pick up half of the garbage.
Envelope. The postman.
When my office was on the second floor of a building, the postman who can't find him way up to the second floor, him just dash the milk on the ground on the first. You see all this week?
Yeah, him find me up there. Him find me up there.
You know, your office to put on your desk.
Yeah, man.
You know, and for me, it's one of I get very depressed at this time of the year because just the way our people go. I believe part of it goes back to slavery.
Of course.
Remember, Muta, even during slavery, you know, we just get slavery, Christmas Day off.
Yes, yes.
It's about the only time them get off, you know?
Yeah.
And this whole, everybody, I look something for Christmas.
Yeah, yeah.
The song I despise the most one, Christmas I come warm a llama. You know, everybody, no, I mean, me as a man in business, everybody looking to me now for something extra. Now, where I must get something extra.
Yeah, in at this time, yeah, especially. In at them time, yeah. You know what I mean? Like...
Yeah. You know, to give you something extra. It's like that teacher, during the course of the year, but pay your full salary. Me give you all to pay you. No, I must now find something extra now to give. So it's a habit that we have come into, and a lot of more
maybe them look say you get extra business during them time, yeah, so them deserve to get extra out of the extra where you get.
Yeah, but you see, but unless you're involved in some mandula business, you know, then it don't go so. It just don't go so at all. But it's a kind of thing. But if Christmas is about giving,
yes.
Why do so many of our people, they look at now, it's about what they're going to get.
Yes.
You know? So that we have just bypassed that completely, and then by using a different set of principles. Because for me, as a conscious black man, I think the concept behind Christmas, the concept of giving and sharing, wonderful concept.
Yes.
But what we have come to realize in terms of the whole, first of all, it's European culture imposed on the world.
And what it costs you to give, that is the problem now too.
Exactly.
The cost of giving is like, yes, you know, you need something to get when you don't give.
I remember one year, you know, when I was on radio, I had a whole thing. I'd like people to give me some ideas of Christmas gifts for under $50. The amount of women who call cussing.
Yeah.
Them no want a $50 gift, you know, that's too cheap and so on and things. You know, but I say it's a thought that counts. It's a cheap thought that. Because I encourage man to get gifts for under $50.
Yeah.
You know, so I for me, look, if people want to still have those fantasies and those, but in 2013, it really, you know, it really almost offends me intellectually to see our people, black people, still hugging up Rudolph and...
Yeah, the red Santa. Black Santa Claus. You can imagine that, brethren?
Yeah, and even though our radio stations playing all the Bing Crash,
you have a white Christmas. Yes, terrible man. After all of these years of going through all of this struggle, we're still the right back at square one.
You know, I wrote an article earlier this year, you know, about we can't bother with a Luther continue. We want a Luther for done.
Yes.
The strugglers can't continue. So it's after a while it gets boring. You know. But at least at this time of the year, I mean, I find each time we tell the story, there's somebody who is hearing it for the first time.
First time, of course. That's why we keep repeating it over and over.
Absolutely. And they go do their research, and they do their own version of it. And one thing I try to do as much as possible, many times there are places that are keeping they keep like a celebration, and they ask, would I come and tell the story of Kwanzaa?
Yes.
You know, so
well, I've been to places where I see you do that, you know.
Yeah, I have a multimedia presentation. I put a video, all kinds of things, you know.
Yeah, put yourself in a problem now when you say that pan cutting edge, you know. Because you know, say, a peer problem, you put yourself on that now when you say that pan the radio.
But you know what, Muta, I personally, in one way I don't mind it because here, it is my way of giving. Because look, when you have knowledge, when you share the knowledge with people, you don't lose anything.
Yeah.
You get stronger in even your own convictions too.
Knowledge is power.
And I've seen every time I talk about it, there's somebody who says they've heard about it before, but they never could quite understood it. Could I send them an email? I tell them, the nice thing about you go online now, man, the amount of things online in terms of Kwanzaa. Of course, there's some garbage too because we have to sit through it to understand, you know, what makes sense and what don't make sense.
All right. In case somebody really want you get that power presentation there, is there a way them could have find you, contact you or work? Because I must tell the people them that Lakim have a presentation there. He just mentioned it a while ago where it's a very good visual presentation when it come on to this Kwanzaa and the ideas of Kwanzaa. So, yeah.
Well, the safest thing, you know, what we normally do, I mean, buy a couple of days before Christmas. My website is www. What we normally do, I mean, buy a couple of days before Christmas. My website is www.
Oh, so you want to go up on the website then?
Right, but send me an email here because that's the simplest thing.
Yeah, okay.
But look, I'm on Facebook, right? Lakim Samaj, you know, I'm on Twitter, El Samaj, LinkedIn, El Samaj, and email is samaj@ltsamaj.com.
Okay.
So that if somebody, you know, for many people, the fastest thing is to send an inbox message on Facebook.
So what do some people in the garage, you know, when they have no email or Facebook and them thing there, but them want you come show
Muta that said that them people have more email than you and me.
No, you have people that have it, man. Some community center where them would have a whole thing where them call up the community and still on the community and hear Lakim talk about. No,
but my thing, I mean, I rather, first of all, you have to meet me partway. So if I give the email address, somebody can send an email for you. Every post office have computer.
Okay.
All that, one of them same people, Muta, don't listen. All them have smartphone more expensive than your phone.
No, man, I know some people that have none like that. I know some people at the garage would have not like that.
No, but hold on, Muta.
They have to go up a crossroad, go get it, or go somewhere.
That's alright, that's alright. No, they have to reach partway.
Okay.
They have to find some. Email me because I mean, I don't give it on the phone number upon the phone.
Yeah, I understand. Suppose they take a taxi and meet you partway that them can that you can't find. They will direct you come down. Anyway, yes.
No, samaj@ltsamaj.com. Just send me an email.
All right,
I'll check via Facebook or LinkedIn or Twitter.
Yeah, man.
And we can help the process, boss, because the more we can strengthen with people,
definitely.
Is the more we save ourselves.
Give thanks, brethren. Give thanks.
Anna Muta.
Yeah, blessed. Yes, we have been talking to Lakim Samaj about Kwanzaa, that celebration that happened from the 26th, which is, I must say, is my birthday. So Kwanzaa start on my birthday. Wow, okay.